Kia ora and welcome to another Future Skills Academy webinar. Today we're going to be talking about our software development micro-credentials and course content. My name is Rob McClay and I'll be your host today. We'll be joined by Future Skills Academy lecturer Ganeshan Kathiravalu, who will talk you through the micro-credential. Relationship manager Kavi Su Dewal will also be on hand to answer any questions you might have around the enrollment process. Please feel free to type in any questions you have for Kavi or Ganeshan in the chat box at any time throughout the webinar, and we'll answer those at the end of the webinar. So, Ganeshan is a senior lecturer at Future Skills Academy and at Otago Polytechnic. Ganeshan has many years of teaching and industry experience in Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, and the USA. He loves learning and helping others to learn. Relationship Manager Kavi Sudawal will also be on hand during the webinar to answer any questions you might have around the enrollment process. Kavi has more than 13 years of experience in sales and marketing in the United Kingdom, South Africa, and New Zealand. He is passionate about helping students make informed decisions about their intended career paths and giving learners the best chance to succeed in their studies and their lives. So what is Future Skills Academy? Well, we've been operating since 2001. We're a leading Category 1 training provider with campuses in Manukau and Royal Oak. We also have an international campus in partnership with Otago Polytechnic in Auckland's CBD, with programs ranging from diplomas to masters. Our program offerings include health, IT, construction, and early childhood. Welcome Ganeshan and Kavi, and also we've got Melissa and Andrew in the background helping us out with questions. Thanks for joining for myself today and viewers today. I'm looking forward to hearing all about our software micro-credential that Future Skills have to offer. So Kavi, welcome. Tell us a little bit more about the software micro-credential program. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Last year around mid-year, we introduced the suite of IT micro-credentials, both in software development and business intelligence. So today we're here to talk about software development. What are micro-credentials? Micro-credentials are short, sharp, specific training. So they are short courses that are aimed to upskill those within the industry to give a little edge in areas of software development, but also those entering the industry, starting off with very basic coding to get an understanding of what software development is all about, without the commitment of a longer qualification that goes over 2 or 3 years. We deliver a 20-week part-time program, and we also have a 10-week full-time program available to students that want to get into the world of coding, to learn the real-world skills that go behind the back end of what comes out into stuff like websites and applications and so forth. So it's a very practical, hands-on course, and it's a very flexible program that can be that you can plug into anywhere in New Zealand. So our current classes, for example, run evenings, runs Tuesday and Thursday evenings, or Monday and Wednesday evenings, so that those that are working can still and looking to get a little shift in career path and enter a sort of tech space. It's perfectly convenient for you. Accessible from anywhere in New Zealand, taught by some amazing individuals that you'll find out about in a short while. So that's a little bit about the course, but we'll talk more about it as we go through our webinar today. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, thanks, Kavi. I quite like the idea of being able to work full-time and also study. So I think that's a huge benefit, starting with Future Skills as well. So thanks for that, Kavi. Ganeshan, so tell us a little bit more about yourself and what do you teach around the software development micro-credential?
Yes, I teach mainly these programming essentially, and the course basically is about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and Node.js. And the students can basically start off with zero knowledge in software development and develop really cool apps at the end of the program. Great.
Yeah, I'm quite keen to see what your students have developed. So I understand that you maybe have an example to share with us.
Yeah, so what I want to do is sort of quickly run through the slides. Can you see the slides at all? Yes.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Yep. Okay. So then I'm going to introduce the program quickly before we go on to the actual, jobs that people have done. So these are the predictions about software development demand made in 2023 years ago. And yeah, and this is the current situation. You can see full stack web developers are in demand all over the world, not just in New Zealand. And these are the three programs in our micro-credential suite. There's a program, there's a course MCSD 51, the introductory one. Then there's an intermediate one, and then there's a final level 6 advanced software development program. Okay, these are the topics in our first course, and this is what me and 3 other staff are teaching. Many of them are industry experts. Yep. Yeah, so the course itself is basically, at the beginning, we introduce people to the basics. They learn the basics, and then as we progress, they actually do a actual industry project or a significant project that they complete, which they can actually use to, like an architect's portfolio, if you like. You can show it to potential employees and say what you're capable of doing. So basically, the whole course is project-based. There are no exams or anything. You do hands-on work, and that's what you produce. So you produce a final project. These are 2 success stories. This is on our website. One of the students, she's a designer, UX designer, fantastic UX designer. She wanted to learn some coding and came in and learned it. And this is what she has to say. The course was very practical and online lessons, and the lessons were taught in an interactive way. And the next one, this is an experienced programmer from Korea. She had 18 years experience, but she still found the course useful in developing and finding the latest technologies, because we use the latest technologies in the course. The most important thing is we have a very good environment, collaborative learning environment. We have multiple lecturers with specialist technical knowledge in specialized areas. And the students finally end up producing high quality web apps with databases, not just websites. And I'm going to show you briefly a little video of I recorded earlier on one of the projects the student completed in the last cohort. Just bear with us until I get the video up and going. Yep. Okay, so this is a website, a web application with databases. This actually hosted in Italy at the moment. So this student helped this friend who is starting a business, tour business, in wine tasting tour business. And the video, you can see how much work has gone into this website, in this application. I recorded this so it's easy, so we don't waste time. So you could actually go and look it up, on the website. But this obviously is a demo, not the actual website, obviously.
So Ganeshan, is this a project that your student worked on? How long did it take to create something like this? And what was the purpose? What was the objective? What was the problem they were trying to solve?
Yeah, the problem is this student had a friend in Italy who is running a wine tasting business tours, and he needed a web application to run it. And so you can make bookings here. You can also see the region. You can see all the information. So you can actually make bookings through this web application. And also you can give feedback to the owners. Did I like the tours? Did I not like it? And to come back to your initial question about how many weeks it took, it was 20 weeks part-time. The students worked, or every student works 20 weeks part-time or 10 weeks full-time, and two evenings a week. Plus we have support sessions on Saturdays as well. But this particular student also used some of the support sessions on Saturdays, but not all of them. But he was very motivated because he was doing it for his friend. I'm not sure whether he got paid or not, but that's not our problem in a way. But,
more for experience, Ganeshan?
Yes, it's so 2 purposes. One of them is to pass the course. Of course, he got an A+, obviously.
Great.
And also to help his friend with his business.
Yeah, great. Hey, Kavi, can you sort of expand on the student support side of things? Because Ganeshan sort of touched on it from an academic point of view. From your point of view, Kavi, how is Future Skills? How well are they? How good are they at their student support? What do they do?
So, lecturers deliver the course content, and it's quite practical, and they deliver lectures, and we have certain times where our lecturers are delivering content and taking you through the program. In addition to that, we have a whole lot of support mechanisms all around the student. So be it things like pastoral care support, where you're finding it difficult to juggle your studies with work and other life commitments. We have pastoral care specialists that are there to kind of talk to and help you, guide you through it. We understand that there's a sense of overwhelmingness when undertaking a program, especially when someone's studying after a long period of time or studying in new settings. So we do have qualified staff and the student success team that are there to guide you through that journey, sort of hold your hand and say, hey, it's going to be okay. In addition, if there's things outside of the classroom where you feel like, hey, maybe I'm not on the same direction of the class, or maybe I'm a little behind where the rest of the guys are in the class, we do also have support sessions where there's more individualized attention based on where you're at and what your capability is. So there's academic support sessions that are available outside of the class time. We also have a learner management system called Moodle, where you can access coursework, course guide, resources, and so forth outside of class times. That's available 24/7. So if there's stuff that you're reading on there and that you'd like a little more information on while you're through your Moodle pages, we have academic support available where you can book time in with our lecturers or peer tutors to be able to assist you with that piece of work. Yeah, a whole lot of support available to our students. It's not just the classwork that's been kind of thrown at you, but a lot of support mechanisms outside of that, outside of the class time, that help guide you through this program.
Thanks, Kavi. Something I'd like to touch on is around employment and job search and in that area. Maybe Ganeshan, you can sort of discuss this as well. Doing this micro-credential and software development, will it help someone to progress in their career? What are your thoughts on that, Ganeshan?
Students who have already completed, they had an edge over other applicants, if you like, because of their increased interest in programming and increased knowledge and skills in programming. For example, one of the success stories, she was a UX designer. And when she came into the course, she had no idea about programming, coding. But halfway through, she already got an interview, called for an interview, for example. And then they said, okay, when you finish the course, come and talk to us. And now she's back, working there. So, but the first course itself is not quite enough for people to switch to the careers in a way, but if they finish the 3 courses, yes, then there is a good chance of getting a job as a junior developer or something like that. Yeah,
so the micro-credentials, 30 credits, and it's got 3 courses wrapped inside of it. So they've got to complete three of those courses to get the 30 credits to sort of help springboard them into higher employment or into the next stage. Is that correct?
Yes, but many of them are using it also for professional development because they are working in related areas and they want to understand what coders do. So that helps them with their own work, if you like, in their own fields, if you like.
Great. So, Ganeshan, what types of skills are companies looking for right now? Will this help them?
Yes, for sure, because people, even if they are working as product managers or scrum masters or whatever, they really need to kind of understanding basic coding helps them as well. So it's career progression even in their own field. But again, some of them are using this to switch to careers in software development. And there is plenty of demand. Like I showed you in the slides earlier, there's plenty of demand for developers, full stack developers here.
Great. Kavi, how would I sign up to something like this? Is it easy and does it cost any money? What's the story there, Kavi?
Awesome, sure. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, quite a big question that comes up a lot of the time is about fees. So you see on the left-hand side on your website, it says $1,800 and there's a little studies fees free. So I'll explain that bit. I'd also like to cover, before I get onto the fees, about sort of understanding which program is most suitable for you. So we have an introductory software development program, which covers the fundamentals and foundations and is quite applicable to those new to coding and software development. If you've got a little bit of background, or if you've worked within software development, and you do come in with a basic understanding of how to develop your own website or basic bit of coding, we do also have subsequent programs. So it scaffolds upwards. It starts with the very basis and foundation with the introductory software development program, and then moves on to the intermediate and advanced programs. So we have intakes of the intermediate and advanced programs coming up in July. So yeah, if you're looking to get a little step up and you find that, hey, I have a baseline understanding of software development, there are programs at a little higher level that that you can join on to. We do basically talk to us. We do have a few tools to understand what your background is, and we can even arrange an interview with Ganeshan or Farhad to understand your level of understanding and what you're coming into, to be able to appropriately suggest the course that is most applicable to you, be it the intermediate or advanced. So those looking for refreshers and having an understanding and want to upskill and stay current, the advanced software development program might be the one for you. But yeah, talk to us in terms of that. How do you talk to us? How do you get fees sorted? Okay, you talk to us, basically our website page that's up. At the bottom, you've got a little I, you've got a calendar, and you've got a little tick. That's your best ways, a little inquiry, a consultation with the student advisor that you can book, or an application. So if you do an application for the program, it kickstarts the process to book a place in one of these classes. So if you like what you see, amazing. Where do I sign up? How do I sign up? The application form is probably the best way to go about it. Let's talk about fees. The value of this program is $1,800. So the tuition component is $1,800. This can be paid by different means and ways. There was a little question in the little chat about, was that from Aaron? Yep. I'll just expand on that a little, Aaron. So yeah, there's a year free of tertiary education entitlement to all New Zealand citizens and permanent residents. So this is a government scheme called feesfree.gov.nz, where you're encouraged to apply for tertiary education and do up to a year free or 120 credits free, covered by the government. If you're not eligible for this funding, or if that's been used already and you'd like to actually join this part and cannot afford the fees, or it's not covered as part of professional development by your company, we do also have our Tech Talent Scholarship on the go. Okay, so this Tech Talent Scholarship is basically a little form that you fill with your motivations of why you'd like to do the program. And if fees are a barrier for you, we can fit the bill for your fees because we want to see graduates out of this program, and we want to provide some outcomes into employment by doing our program. So yeah, that's a little bit about the fees. Step one, we check whether you're eligible. If you're unsure whether you're eligible for fees free, again, talk to us, talk to our student advisors, talk to Hash and Ria and our team in the student recruitment space, and we can do a little check to see whether you're eligible or not. If you're not eligible and still finding fees a barrier, we can talk about our scholarships and how to apply for those.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Kavi. That cleared up a lot of information there for people watching today's webinar. So we're probably going to wrap it up, but Ganeshan, do you have anything you'd like to sort of finish off with about the program and why potential students should enroll on this program?
For sure, yes. The most important thing is we have a fun learning environment where everybody helps everybody. And if somebody is not sure whether they should or not enroll or not, or have questions, feel free to contact me, and you can even come and join one of our sessions if you like, current sessions, to see how students are learning. If you like, that's an option I'm willing to offer in my classes. So feel free and just join us and have some fun and upskill yourselves. Yeah.
Great, thanks, Ganeshan. So to wrap it up, we answered all the questions there, Kavi.
I'm just popping in a few messages in the chat. I hope these are answering your questions. Please feel free to add a few more. I'm just trying to catch up to it. Rahul, just to answer your question, new to software development, how can this course help me? So lucrative and in demand. So I met a young
Kavi, you seem to be dropping out there.
group of a group of youngsters.
Sorry, Kavi seems to be dropping out, so maybe so basically, Rahul, the answer is there's demand for software developers. So if you finish all 3 courses, then you have a pretty good chance of getting into a job in, like a junior developer or something like that, depending on how well you perform and whether you're motivated enough. Yeah.
Great, thanks, Kanisham. Looking through any more questions that we've missed. I think we've answered most of those. All right, so we'll be wrapping up today's webinar in software development, micro-credentials. We will be sending this out to all registered viewers for this webinar. So if you have missed out, it will be coming to you shortly. And if you do want to enroll, visit our website, futureskills.co.nz, and click on the apply button, and we can definitely help you through the enrollment process. So I'm Rob McLeay. Thank you for everyone for turning up today, and we'll see you in the next webinar. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hmm.